Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Makes Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and to today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, so for one thing, if you hear water in the background, it's because I have just put the heating on, so my radiators are currently making noise. But yes, so getting into the main review. So I went to a mystery screening yesterday, and obviously with these mystery screenings, you don't know what you're going to get. Unless you're Odeon and I think it's like Cineworld, they give you clues. You don't get that with The Light. The only possible clue you have is the runtime, which isn't always guaranteed, according to their website. So I was quite surprised to find the mystery screening quite packed, because the past few that I've been to at The Light haven't really been filled that much. So it's nice to see how packed it was. I did have my guess as to what I thought it was going to be, and I was right, and I was so happy it was this film, because I so want to see this when it comes out. Funny enough, it's actually got a release date at the cinema, so I was quite shocked that this was one of them. But I'm so happy that I got to see it, and I'm so glad I got it right. Yes! But as you can tell by the title of this, it is Novocaine. I got to see this a week early. Yes! This is surprisingly one of my anticipated films of the year that I didn't add to the list really until I saw the trailer for it not that long ago. So it's not in my official video that I'd done at the beginning of the year. However, it did become part of that when I had seen the trailer. But yeah, so let's get into my review. Just to give you a very basic plot summary, we are following the character of Nathan. He's played by Jack Quaid. And his character is someone that's been diagnosed with the fact that he cannot feel pain. Cut him, burn him, just whatever, he cannot feel a thing. And one day at his job, he ends up meeting Sherry, this lovely girl. However, their bank is then hit by robbers, and he then has to go off and try and save Sherry. I won't say any more than that. I'll always try and stay as spoiler free as I can on this channel, especially with something like this that for us in the UK hasn't fully come out yet until next week. But yeah, so let's get to my thoughts on this. Straight off the bat, my favourite film of the year so far. I really enjoyed it. It's not a 10 out of 10 film, I will admit that. It has its few little nits and little bits, but I really enjoyed it. I had such a good time with this film. I had a good laugh. Even a lot of the people in the audience were laughing. That was nice. I love it when I can hear a lot of laughter. I think the idea of the film is really good as well. There's so many good moments in this, so many funny moments. Some really good actors and actresses in this film, especially from our main two leads. I think they did absolutely amazing. I know Jack Quaid had done a Companion that came out earlier this year, which that is actually one of my top films of the year as well. So hats off to him for being in 2 of my top 10 this year. So far, anyway. But no, I'll get into my gripes. One of my things is that it has moments where it gets really hyped and then it sort of dips a little bit. Then it gets really hyped, then it dips. So it's sort of like a mishmash of sort of like, woohoo, to, okay, we're going to slow it down a bit and we're going to pick up again. Like, I will admit that is sort of bumpy for me. I'm trying to think if there was actually any other gripes. I don't think there is. There's, like, the bad guys aren't all that impressive. There is one, the main bad guy in this film, he is pretty badass. But some of the other ones are just sort of like meh. But they're not too bad. They're sort of like ones that they're the sidekicks to the villain, as they say. But I think they still did a good job. And yeah, they're my only 2 gripes really. Aside from that, I enjoyed it. I had such a good time. I will definitely be buying this on physical media. I'll be getting it on 4K, whatever format I can get it on. I've even said to my mum about watching this because I think this is a film she'll enjoy. But yeah, so it's not just that though. It's when you watch him getting hurt, for one thing as an actor, you've got to pretend not to get hurt, which is weird because I know you obviously have to act for a living, but it's just acting like you can't feel pain when normally you would. Gotta be tough, so well done to Jack Quaid on that one. But not only that, but every time he got hurt, it got to sort of like, it started off fairly tamed, and then it just picked up. With each little moment, it picked up, and all I could hear behind me was people going, "Ooh," and then going, like, it was a range of emotions, and I really enjoyed it. Sorry, the boiler's fully kicked in now. But no, this is absolutely my favourite film of the year so far. I think maybe the only other thing that might top it might be Lilo and Stitch, just because obviously nostalgia reasons for me. But no, just hands down, absolutely amazing film. It's just so fun and enjoyable. There's twists in this that I did not see coming. I was quite shocked about one of them. I was like, well, whoa, was not expecting that. But it's not gory per se, but it does have its gory moments. So I will say, if you're not a huge fan of blood, this might not be the one for you. But it is pretty tame to some of the other stuff that I've seen. And just, Jack Quaid, you're slowly working your way up, man. I like it. Well done to you. But Novocaine, when it does get a full out release next week, seriously recommend you do. I think it's next week. Is it next week or the following week? Might be the following week, actually. No, it's the 28th of March. So it's still a couple of weeks away. So sorry. But no, if you want a fun action film, it's a bit of a comedy, then I definitely would recommend this film. I definitely go and recommend see it on the big screen because it is fun, especially with the audience reaction. I'm still surprised that there was a couple that left literally just as soon as they saw the title. So whether they'd seen the trailer and they thought they didn't want to go and see that, or maybe it's just they thought maybe it was going to be something else and it wasn't. Who knows? But either way, to me, I had such a good time with this. You should have heard me. I was laughing my arse off. And just, yeah, such a good film. Like I said, my couple of little nitpicks at the beginning of the review. It's just those two little things, really. But overall, a good film. One of my favourites. And like I said, I will be adding this to my collection. I'll be getting the 4K, Blu-ray, Steelbook, whatever it comes out with, I will 100% be adding this to my collection. So, the question is, what is my final score for this film? I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Like I said, it's not a full 10 out of 10 for me, because of the little gripes. But aside from that, I really enjoyed this film. I had such a good time with it. I was surprised at how much it was going to beat Companion, because the start of it is sort of like it just plays out as like your normal day-to-day. You see him trying to deal with the fact that he can't feel pain and he's worrying about all these little things. So I will say, for me, I feel like Companion had such a better start than this one did. However, as it went on and as the action picked up as well, because some of the fight scenes in this are pretty badass for a film that's not about a superhero flick. There was a lot. There's a lot of action and it was quite good. Also, it's got the actor that plays, I think it's Ned in the Spider-Man MCU films. I think it's Ned. Is it Ned? Yeah, I think his name's Ned. I don't know. Can't remember his character's name in this. I think it's like Rufus. Yeah, I think it's Rufus. He did a great job with his role. He was only in it for a short period of time, but he did really well. I liked his character. It was pretty fun. Feels weird that literally the two movies I watched yesterday had MCU actors in them. Yeah. But no, seriously, if you have not seriously, when this does come out, do give it a watch. I would recommend it. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this early review of Novocaine. And you know what? If it does get an official release at my Light Cinema, because you can't pre-book it at the moment, if it gets an official release, I'm going to go see it again. 100% happy to go see it again. But no, so I really hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And leave me your comments and thoughts on Novocaine if you actually were able to see it early, if you were from the States and you've seen it. Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time.